Okay, let's dive into this explainer and explore the staggering scale, structure, and honestly, the hidden secrets of India's massive road network. Whenever we think about infrastructure, our minds usually jump straight to massive skyscrapers or giant bridges. But the true beating arteries of any thriving nation? It's the roads. Today, we're unpacking a system that connects billions of people, massive industries, and totally diverse cultures across some really challenging terrain. We're going to decode exactly how this massive web is organized, managed, and built.
Here's our quick roadmap for today. We're hitting 1. The lifelines of India. 2. The Golden Quadrilateral. 3. The top 10 longest highways. 4. NH44, the undisputed king. And we'll wrap up with 5 fascinating highway facts. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The Lifelines of India. To truly grasp the monumental scale we're dealing with here, we really have to zoom out and look at the big picture.
India actually boasts the second largest road network in the entire world. No joke. And within that sprawling network, just the national highways alone, which are managed by groups like the National Highway Authority of India, span a staggering 142,126 kilometers. To put that into perspective for you, you could literally take those highways and wrap them around the Earth's equator more than 3.5 times.
But get this, here is a totally mind-blowing statistic. Despite that massive total length we just talked about, these national highways make up a tiny, tiny fraction of all Indian roads, just 1.8%. The other 98.2% is made up of state highways, district roads, and local village roads. So, looking at that, you might assume national highways are just a really small piece of the puzzle, right?
Well, actually, scratch that. They shoulder a completely disproportionate load. That tiny 1.8% of roads carries an incredible 40% of the country's entire road traffic. They are quite literally the high-speed conveyor belts for the whole economy. I mean, everything from your online shopping deliveries to the fresh produce sitting in your local grocery store absolutely relies on this tiny sliver of asphalt to keep moving every single day.
Moving on to Section 2, the Golden Quadrilateral. So to handle that massive 40% volume of traffic we just saw, a very specific structural network was designed to really anchor the country.
And the absolute crucial point here is the Golden Quadrilateral. It's a brilliantly designed national highway network connecting the major industrial, agricultural, and cultural centers of India. It essentially draws this massive diamond-shaped perimeter across the subcontinent, seamlessly linking Delhi up in the north, Kolkata in the east, Chennai down south, and Mumbai over in the west. This isn't just everyday pavement, guys. It's a dedicated economic corridor specifically designed to dramatically cut down transit times across the whole country.
Section 3. Top 10 longest highways. Now, with over 200 national highways webbing across the nation to support networks like the Golden Quadrilateral, you've got to wonder, which ones are the true titans of the tarmac?
Well, here we see the complete breakdown of the absolute longest highways, mapping out some truly epic geographical connections. Just look at the sheer distances on this list. You've got NH27 stretching 3,507 kilometers from Porbandar in Gujarat all the way across the country to Silchar in the Assam. Then there's NH48 connecting Delhi to Chennai, which is over 2,800 kilometers away. These routes are absolute behemoths. But if you look at the very top of that list, one highway clearly stands head and shoulders above the rest.
Which brings us to Section 4, NH44, the undisputed king. Let's look at the story behind the reigning champion of Indian roads. Because this isn't just a road, it is a full-on cross-continental journey.
Now, you might actually remember this famous route by its old name, NH7. The naming conventions were updated a while back, but the sheer scale of the road? That definitely remained. Today, operating as NH44, it stretches a colossal 3,745 kilometers. It covers the entire north-south corridor, starting all the way up in the mountainous, challenging terrain of Srinagar, plunging straight down through the very heart of India, and finally terminating at the southernmost tip in Kanyakumari.
But you know what's really interesting here? NH44 wasn't just built from scratch as one giant uninterrupted ribbon of brand new asphalt. No way. It was actually born by merging 7 older, pre-existing major national highways together into one continuous corridor. They literally took NH1A, NH1, 2, 3, 75, 26, and the original NH7 and effectively stitched them all together. The result? a unified high-speed thoroughfare that totally revolutionized north-to-south travel in the country. A real game changer. All right, our final section, fascinating highway facts. Let's decode the matrix a bit and empower you with the secret rules and quirks that govern this massive network, because there is actually a very deliberate logic hiding right in plain sight.
Have you ever wondered how they actually name these roads? It's not random, it's a precise code. Here's how it works. If a highway has a 2-digit number, like NH44, that signifies it's a primary main highway. If you see a 3-digit number, that means it's a secondary branch of a main highway. So for example, Highway 144 is just a branch of Highway 44, and it goes even deeper. If they add an alphabet letter to the end, like 144A, that tells you you're on a specific subdivision of that branch. Pretty cool, right? It's a brilliantly organized system just hiding in plain sight.
And the visual cues go way beyond just the names, too. If you're ever driving and you're unsure exactly what tier of road you're currently on, just check the milestones on the side of the road. The colors are entirely standardized. A yellow and white painted milestone, that guarantees you're on a national highway. If it's green and white, you've transitioned onto a state highway. And if it happens to be black and white, you're driving on local city roads. It's basically an instant visual cheat sheet telling you where you sit within that massive 142,000-kilometer web.
I love this next stat because it brilliantly illustrates the extreme contrast within the whole system. We've spent a lot of time today talking about massive scale, right? Pitting the 3,745-kilometer behemoth NH44 against the rest of the country. But did you know there are national highways you could literally jog across in about half an hour? Seriously? NH118 in Jharkhand and NH548 in Maharashtra are both only about 5 kilometers long. And yet, despite being so tiny, they hold the exact same official designation and importance as a sprawling national highway.
To wrap things up, I want to leave you pondering this incredibly wild fact. The Leh-Manali Highway, which connects Shimla to Leh, stands as the world's second highest altitude motor highway. Just think about that for a second. Considering the extreme, dizzying altitudes, the freezing temperatures, and the unbelievably rugged terrain, it takes immense, almost unimaginable human ingenuity to build and maintain it. It really makes you wonder what other engineering miracles, massive bridges, and mountain-carved tunnels are hidden in plain sight across this vast country, quietly keeping the lifelines of India pumping every single day. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and definitely keep an eye out for the hidden structures in the world around you.